All right, we're here with you, Fatboy FadeAway Sports, episode 221 here. Got Casey Breyer, got Brian, the main man Johnson with me on a Easter Sunday here, getting ready for Warriors, Rockets, Johnson, later tonight after your Lakers go down.
I want to get into your confidence level going into game one.
We will certainly hit on that confidence level, no doubt about it. Tyler McGurk, if you're out there, Coach of the Year. They said his team's on a 5-game winning streak. Coach of the Year, baby. Well, we got a little. Is he Ken Maka yet? Can we say he's Ken Maka yet? He would not be happy about that one.
It sounds like after game one of the Lakers, he's right. The Mavericks will win the title before the Lakers will.
Oh God! Don't buy into this. Anthony Davis thing is better than Luka. That's unbelievable. Did you not see Davis go down again in the play-in game? Did you not see that? So we'll see. Maybe he's right. Maybe
I know we got out physical against the T-Wolves. So.
You did get out physical. I know that I want to get into a few other things. We're going to get into the Raiders-Niners picks. Can we get Casey and Brian to kumbaya over the A's a little bit here? We'll figure that if I can get that in the MLB thing. So we'll have some fun there with it today. We're going to do our winners and losers. We'll obviously hit a little bit on WrestleMania as well. Got a trivia for you guys on baseball for my seventh inning stretch. See if Brian can get that. They missed Adam Jones last week, but we'll get into it. You said physical, Brian, and the Warriors-Rockets game is going to be physical. I think that the Rockets are going to bring the physicality to the Warriors. They're going to try to get Curry just pushed off on every little thing. Like they're going to be grabbing him, holding him. So the rest will be very important. They're not calling that stuff. Then we have Jimmy Butler as their other scorer, but they have a lot of defensive wings. They're young, they're hungry. So it's going to be an interesting series, and they also obviously have Sengun as their big. I don't know. I'm leaning towards the Warriors in 6. Sometimes I like when there's a young team that these veteran teams can kind of take advantage of. And the Rockets aren't really, let's put it this way, they're not known for this great offense in half court, right? Like that's not what they're known for. So when it gets to a playoff time and the series goes on, can the Warriors get enough stops, which has been an issue? But I'm wondering in a playoff series like this where they can see the same team over and over again, I'm kind of banking on that. And then Butler and Curry.
But I mean, this is the matchup you wanted, right?
Yeah. So what was your question for me?
I was wondering Casey and Darren's confidence level going into game one out of a 10.
Matt's not worried because he's got Curry there for sure. Case, what's your confidence level?
Probably like an 8.5, somewhere around there.
And you're talking just to beat the Rockets, right, Brian? Not to win.
Yeah, just to beat the Rockets. I don't know. I just have a lot more question marks about the Rockets than I've just never. I think they're playing on house money. I feel like the Warriors are the more experienced group in the playoffs. So.
Well, that's what everybody's saying. My confidence level's at a 6. That's a
that's a typical Darren.
No, that's above 500. That's above 500. That's above 500. I mean, in that Grizzlies game, there's things I don't necessarily like that I think is their issue that at times I don't have a consistent third scorer yet that I can see. We'll see if they need it in this series. And then I really do worry about them. They used to be really clutch in momentum situations and getting stops. And I feel like they really struggle with that right now. And you could say, well, they beat the Grizzlies. Well, the Grizzlies had Morant go down. The Grizzlies aren't known for this unreal defense, obviously. And they let them back in the game at home. So I think 6 is still a fair confidence level. I mean, it's better. It's saying that they'll win, but I can't go to an 8. I don't know. Curry and Butler are that for me, Casey, but I have a lot of questions about the rest of the roster and clutch situations. So let's see what Pods does for me. Let's see what Moses does for me.
Yeah, I mean, those are the two guys, like I said, going into, those play, and it's just like they need that third scoring. Moses, I love his defense, man. I think he's one of the better defenders we have. It's just hard when Kuminga would be interesting to see if he gets minutes.
Will he get his butt off the bench? Will Steve?
Man, I think they said that. I mean, Kuminga's played well against the Rockets this year, and they're an athletic team, and I think that kind of fits what he has. And then I don't know, Steph Curry, him and Draymond. It's been obviously they're closing, but man, they have some very questionable late game turnovers and passes. And so, I mean, that's the one thing I kind of fear is the Rockets are a very fast team. So if we turn that ball over, it's coming right back down the other way real fast. And, these droughts that you see, like the Knicks had the 21-0 run, it's like the Warriors cannot afford to do that against the Rockets. They'll get blown out.
Yeah, and you said play fast. I think that's going to be what they got to get out in transition for sure. That's a big part of their game. Yeah, Matt, April 6th, that was the last loss they had. Curry had 3 points, Brian, in that game. He had 3 points.
Yeah, he can't afford to do that in this game.
They were coming off that brutal road, the Nuggets, the Grizzlies.
No, I know they were. Thompson was pretty. He's a freak athlete, though. Yeah. He is a freak athlete. I mean, out of all the guys in the NBA, to say you might be the most athletic is kind of a crazy statement. Kuminga, I think is going to be I would think in a series like this with young guys and athleticism, he would be an important factor in it. We talked about bench with Curry. Here's that part that I was just going to say. This is Bobby Knight talking about the importance of benching a player. Somebody asked him about it.
Talk about all the motivational speeches and phrases and devices in the world, but the greatest motivator of all is your ass on the bench. Better motivator. Ass meets bench. Bench retains ass. Ass transmits signal to brain. Brain transmits signal to body. Body gets ass off bench and plays better. I mean,
I'm thinking of Kuminga with that right there. That's the Kuminga thing. We need to. All right. Steve said ass bench. Come on now. What do we got now, Steve? What do we look? Come on.
I love that movie that they had with Brian Dennehy played him, and
it is Bobby Knight. So yeah, that with the Warriors Rockets. I think Sengun will be a factor too. Obviously, I think
you don't think the Warriors could just try to make the Rockets a half-court team, and that would obviously be the advantage for the Warriors, right?
Yeah, I think that's where it's headed eventually. I just don't know game one. Sometimes these series play out a little different. Like case right, you see when you get to game 3, so if it can be 1-1 game 3, the longer these series go on, that's what I mean. You usually get a chance to figure each other out defensively and what you do. And the games usually get a lot more physical. Oh yeah, and Dylan Brooks plays on the Rockets. Draymond Green plays on the Warriors. There is going to be mad physicality. Udoka talks trash as a head coach. So you're gonna have that aspect in there too. Like you don't have shy guys on this team or either team.
Don't forget about Dylan Brooks. I mean,
that's what I said. I did. Dylan was the first guy I mentioned.
Excuse me, and Steven Adams. Draymond's nailed him in the balls twice. I mean, he's definitely got a little retribution coming his way.
There was.
I think Draymond is an important factor. I think maybe he needs to show up and start scoring. And if he could be your third scorer, I don't know.
I see the Warriors it's only the Rockets because they only have 3 veterans really, but it's Van Vliet, Adams, and Brooks. Everyone else is, I think, it's the first time in the playoffs.
Yeah, Van Vliet's he's underrated, and Brooks too. Yeah.
So I mean, they have that comfortability because those 3 guys, ironically, have actually Warriors a lot in the playoffs.
And they've played pretty well too. Not maybe Brooks as much. Matt chiming in on the text line here. Bobby Knight is a jackass.
I couldn't believe that one scene where he was trying to, I guess, strengthen the guy's left hand, and I felt bad for that kid the way he was riding him.
Oh, I don't know what scene this was. I don't like the way you described it.
I don't mean actually riding. I mean, just yelling at him and making him stay really late after practice.
You will do wall squats. You do wall squats for 30 minutes after this game. You will not. Yeah, Bobby Knight he was insane with that. I just, for some reason, that one always kind of cracks me up though. The one that I just showed. They kind of remind me of Memphis. Matt saying of Houston a few years ago, going to be a dogfight. Yep, that's what I think too. I think Houston's not going to go lightly. I just wonder if the Warriors have proven enough throughout the season that they can get clutch baskets. The Butler factor is real though, and we'll see how much that matters. And if they get,
I guess the real question is, Bob, how pumped is Bob Fitzgerald right now?
They're talking about Bob Breyer. Bob Breyer's a little fired up too. Yeah, what's Bob Breyer's confidence level at? I'll have to find out today at Easter. So, Brian, let's say you're not even a Warriors fan. What's your confidence level after hearing all this for the Warriors? Or do you go Rockets?
No, I definitely think the Warriors could win this in 5 games.
Man, 5 games. The gentleman's
There's
sweep.
O'Brien.
Gentleman's sweep for the. So that means they would get at least 2 home games. The Warriors would win, or win 2
I
road
think
games.
they at least take 1 in Houston of the first 2 games.
Well, man, yeah, tonight will be an interesting one. You know, it's a late start, late night game. You think the Warriors win this one, Case, or do you think they lose the game 1?
Yeah, no, I think they win game 1. I really do. They're well rested. I mean, they played in. They got some time off, which I think they needed. Butler was a little banged up. Curry's still probably a little banged up with that thumb, but I think they're ready to roll, man. I think that Kerr, I mean, as much as people want to give him flack for, the Kuminga, I mean, he's a good coach, man. He's won 4 titles. I mean, you got, 3 guys that are really hungry. I figure, all of them are, but the 3 that, Draymond, Steph, and Butler kind of leading the charge right now. I think, like Brian said, if they can keep it to a half-court game, that's where they got them at, and maybe if it's a 5-point game with 6 minutes left, I'm trusting the Warriors. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. That's where I'm rolling with that, just the experience and that. And they're young, too. I mean, people want to say 37, but they got a lot left in the tank, man, for this run, I think.
Like I said, I feel like that. I think the for me, the biggest key will be what the Rockets' half-court offense in clutch situations. And then the Warriors' third score. Like that's going to be like the 2 things for me I'm going to see throughout this series that are going to be huge factors. Or if somebody, and then for me, the kind of the bonus one would be the Sengun factor. Does his size kill the Warriors at some point? Like that would be my other because he's really good offensively and right. So if Green gets in foul trouble, that changes stuff with big loons getting in the game and stuff like that. So. We talked about that a little bit yesterday. So those are the 2 things I'm going to be. Brian, that affects the confidence level.
With the bit like in the big 3 days with the A's, get clutch. Get clutch.
And the Warriors have proven in my lifetime, unlike the A's, they can be clutch. So now I need the Warriors to keep that up against the Rockets. So yeah, I mean they're one of the I wanted to look up what Curry did on April 6th. So he's 1 for 10 shooting. And that was his game there. So pretty awful game to start. But he's gonna be better in this one. You would think so. All right, so we got that. Hey, real quick, if you had to make Lakers T-Wolves, Brian, did the Lakers pull it back out, or as T-Wolves do they end up winning the series?
I actually think the Lakers are going to win game 2 and even it out, going back to Minnesota.
So do you think the Lakers win in 6 or 7 now?
I would probably say more 6 games.
6 games with it. Well, Wilt Reed played good last night. I know it's Nas, but it was called Wilt. He played really good for the T-Wolves. And my
NBA fact of the week.
Let's hear
it. The Knicks go on a 21-0 run, and the Pistons cannot recover. So the Knicks took game 1.
What is this, the 2006 Pistons? Where we at? Or try to score Larry Brown coaching them? What's happening here? They couldn't score 21. Yeah, you're right. They pulled that one out versus the Pistons there in New York. They're up 1-0. You had our NBA TV game where the Pacers crushed the Bucks. We'll see if Lillard gets back for that dramatic game. The best one was the Nuggets Clippers yesterday. Westbrook had a good finish to that game. He played well. Still 5 for 17 shooting. So that always throws me off. Like Tyler's like, is people ever going to give him credit when he plays well, or just always talk about his liabilities? He goes, it's hard not to talk about him in both scenarios all the time because he's literally always doing both. He's like, he's always making some dumb plays along the way, and then he always makes a good play. It's like he goes every time. It's heckle and jive with him.
Well, that's why it was hilarious last night when I was watching the game and he made that corner 3, and I was like, damn, big shot. Obviously they were down by 1 and he put them up by 2, and then they hit the ball, and I think there's like about 10 seconds, and he goes, there's about 9 seconds on the game clock, 8, whatever, about a second difference. And he goes in for a layup, and I was like, no. And it thankfully got deflected out. No, just like, man, just that decision making sometimes is like, he's so aggressive that it's like to a fault sometimes. But hey, they got the W. That's all that matters.
No, absolutely. Matt here saying he's got to bounce off a great Easter, guys. Take it easy. Lakers stay in Minnesota where they came from. Wow, he's going back to the Minneapolis. Unbelievable. Matt, have a good one, man. Happy Easter out there. Check out the replay if you get the chance to after it. So yeah, we had that with the other playoff series. That what kicks off. You got OKC, Memphis as well, and then Boston, Orlando, Miami, Cleveland. A couple of the I don't know. We got, is this Adam Darvish? This can't be Adam. Is he up before 8 a.m.? This is Adam.
He's talking about the Lakers. No way.
This can't be down. The Lakers were up 15-7 when Jack Stace got benched. He played 2 more minutes the whole game. JJ is a joke. 15-7. Yes, they were. They were up when they were up after the first quarter. By what, 8 or something like that? Maybe it wasn't that much, but I thought that's what it was. And then the T-Wolves when they outscored them by 18 in the second quarter. And then they made a little run. Luka hits that like 3 at half court at the end of third quarter, and you're thinking for a second, all right, here they're going to make a little run, and then nope, Anthony Edwards hits that fadeaway in the lane, and then hits that 3. So he goes back to it. Triple J, we'll see if he makes it. JJ versus Steve Kerr next round. The NBA, do they want it? The NBA, do they want that one? What would be the worst finals if you had to look at it from like a NBA? Would it be OKC versus Indiana or OKC versus?
Definitely.
Would that be the one where everybody's like, oh, or Cleveland versus OKC when people be them 2 number 1 seeds? Tyler, go Dubs, baby. Here we go. Big game tonight. We're gonna do the post game too, baby. I don't know if Tyler's doing the post game, but I'm definitely doing it. Hope the family's good out there, T. Big game. What Brian wants to know what our confidence level was. I said 6. Casey said 8. What do you got, Tyler? What's the confidence?
I don't know the way Tyler's been this year. What he's probably at a 9.
He's at a 9. If it was the Niners, what would he be at, right? If he was the Niners,
probably a 3.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. So
the Brock Purdy negotiations aren't going good right now.
We got some issues, people.
I was gonna say that confidence meter sounds a little high.
Yeah, we don't like that whatsoever. We don't want that confidence.
Don't do this to me, God. Do not make Mac Jones the starter to start the season. Don't do it. Don't do it.
So are we saying Detroit OKC would be worse for the final ratings, or OKC Indiana? It's Indiana, right? That's it.
I would say OKC Indiana.
Halliburton and Siakam don't do it for you.
I mean, I like Indiana. I think they're a good team. But
Tyler, same one as me. See, geniuses think alike. There you go. Coach of the year, Tyler. If I have him on my side, I feel good. 5 in a row. This guy.
Do you think the way the Bucks are looking right now that I don't know? I think they might get swept by Indiana. They just don't look good at all.
The Giannis factor was he going to? I mean, the rumors are never going to stop with him. I mean, Lillard they say might be back for game 2 or 3, which should help, but they're in a tough spot. It's not like they have all this salary cap, and then people aren't like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get to Milwaukee. So like you have like these things that are like going against them, where I think you're just going to continue to hear Giannis rumors. And maybe eventually to the Warriors. I don't know. It better not be the damn Lakers. That's all. I don't want to see a Luka. I don't want to see a Luka Giannis team up. That would be. Make me throw up, Johnson. We don't want that. Milwaukee, Memphis would be the worst finals ratings wise. Yeah, that would probably be worse. Memphis was able to keep going with it. You don't think Marvin Bagley does it for the ratings? You have a big game in there. And Jaw, that's a funny thing watching that too. Is there certain players? I think of that with the NFL playoffs too. Is like certain guys if they can make it enough rounds to the Super Bowl, like health wise. And there are certain guys like that in the NBA, and Jaw's one of them. Like he's a great player, but I always wonder he just has injuries in his game. You know what I mean? And I just wonder, even if it's minor in the sense of like he's still out there playing, but I don't know. That'd be always a question for me involving Memphis, especially when he's the guy.
Yeah, too, because after him, that's a huge drop off. So I mean,
yeah,
he's so clutch for him too.
All right, Warriors Rockets though tonight 6:30 Johnson it drops, so it's a big one tonight. What's the schedule today? I just wanted to kind of see what we had. So today the early game is Memphis OKC, no shocking there. Then you go Orlando, Boston, Miami, Cleveland. Ooh. not the. Some of those are not. Brian, ouch. And those are not some of our finest ones there.
Sounds like a day to mow the lawns.
No, mow the Easter Sunday, mow the lawn. I like it. Well, thank goodness I put the Warriors on later tonight, not that 12:30 start. I don't like that 12:30 start. So, and I get tomorrow off of work, boys. That's a nice thing. So tomorrow off work, Johnson.
Well, lucky you.
Get to stay up after. I'm gonna do the post game for that reason. So try them in there with it. All right. So those are the kind of our NBA.
But I do have a 3-day week. I took Thursday and Friday off for the draft. So.
That's right. Yeah. NFL draft. Brian knows his thing. I love the 12:30.
It's like Christmas.
The Christmas ones, yes. Then you get that Christmas off. Tyler likes the 12:30 starts. I don't know. I better be around the house for me to like that.
Too much on it.
Way too much. Same thing here. I think.
I was going to ask you guys. So going forward, one on the East and one on the West. You guys got a breakout player maybe for these playoffs?
I would say for the East, I don't think he's necessarily a breakout player. He's already been the All-Star many times, but I think postseason wise, we might see some stuff from him. Is Towns that we don't really have that like kind of. I don't know. He's a great player, but like nobody really thinks of him as clutch player. And then I'm gonna go Minnesota. I'm gonna go. Mr. Edwards has a breakout here to start I think he's gonna end up beating the Lakers, and I think that will put him on the map a little bit even more, right? Not just his Netflix ability. So that would be my choice there.
I like it. What about you, Brian?
In the East, I gotta say, from the Celtics, the same guy who always comes up clutch. That's
Tatum.
And then in the Western Conference, I'm going to go Draymond Green. I think he's going to have a breakout series against Houston.
If Tatum wins it this year again, that would be back-to-back, Casey. And let's say he got Finals MVP again. That would put him in rare territory. That would be especially Celtics lore, right? That would put you in some in the NBA. So he's got a lot on the line for sure. I would think Tatum does there too. So yeah, some interesting things here as we kind of hit the playoffs. Started there with the NBA for sure. Brian, you did mention the NFL mock draft. I've seen a lot now with the Patriots taking Gentry.
But this is going to be the best one. Eat your heart out, Mel Kiper, because this is going to be.
Eat that heart out, Mel. All right, so I'm gonna give you. We're just gonna do the top 11. We're not gonna spend analyzing it. We'll talk more Niners, Rangers here in a second. So let's go through it here. I talked to P Shark, and he's a Tennessee Titans fan. He was saying that they better take Cam Ward. He wouldn't care. He wouldn't mind if it was Sanders, but you got the Titans taking Mr. Ward.
Yeah, I think that he ends up with the Titans at number 1.
And do they hold on to Frasheo as the backup, or is he?
I think the Mayo era is over in Tennessee.
What a nice deep ball he throws up, right? What a nice deep ball. You got to hear a lot of that this next 2 days, right?
And
good deep ball.
Talk about those 2 crazy plays. That's ridiculous.
I just the one thing I remember about that draft was his girl being so disappointed when he kept dropping in the draft. I think.
There's always some good memes now this time around because you have the one where what was the guy that's the wide receiver for the Cowboys now? He's really good. 88, right? What's his? I forget. Yeah, where like he had the 2 phones and the one he like takes it, snaps that one away from this girl. Like, give that. Well, like she's looking at it. It's like, give me that back. And then that one where Russell Wilson gets picked and his ex-girlfriend's like all excited, like, and everybody's like, I'm rich. Like that's what they're saying. That's what she's saying.
They end up upgrading it with another woman later.
Oh gosh, Russell. I thought he was a Subway man. You got to keep it clean. You got to keep it cleaner. So you got Cam Ward, number 1. I'm not shocked there. He goes to the Titans. Number 2, Ryan, we got the Browns on the clock.
I just think Abdul Carter is going to be too much of putting him with at edge. I just think that's going to be too much. I just think they take Abdul Carter and they don't take a quarterback.
How about Hunter? No
Hunter.
No cornerback. They're gonna go Carter to pair up with Garrett.
Yeah.
That would be pretty. That would be pretty deadly at the edge. That would not be. That would not be the worst pick in the world. But man, the Browns. You don't think they go? Not even Sanders, not a quarterback.
No. I think they're going to go Abdul Carter.
Man, all right. So that means then to the Giants, do they take Hunter then?
No, the Giants take. I think they need a quarterback. They can't go with Danny DeVito's cousin. So I think they're going Chanel Sanders.
They go with Sanders.
Yeah, at 3.
Travis Hunter's sliding.
Man, is that because he said he wants to play both positions? I demand it. I demand it. A lot of chalk early. That's not chalk, I don't think.
I don't know. I just think it's like destiny. Hunter needs to be with the Patriots. That's their biggest need, and I don't know. I think that's who the Patriots take. Travis Hunter at 4.
So he falls to 4.
Yeah.
The Jags, they take a defensive tackle. They always seem like they're up for one. Mason Graham.
No, they're going to take Will Campbell, the offensive tackle.
Oh boy, Campbell soup. And then we get to the best pick, the one that matters the most, the Raiders. You took Sanders off the board for me, you jerk. That's what I wanted. I had him there going. I had him going there. So are you just giving me the Boise State running back? Is that what you're telling me? All right.
I mean, it's still, you filled the need. What you got your franchise tight end, and now you're going to get your franchise running back. So,
and we have our franchise quarterback in Geno
right.
Smith. So we got that right there. So
Right.
you have to make that. They need a running back, no doubt. The running backs do suck. So that I don't think they were very good. There was like moments where there was that one guy at the very end that ran hard. I forget his name even. But there was no breakout guy on their whole backfield. So I don't know. I don't hate the pick at all.
I told you early in the year, it's like they don't fall forward. I was like, you gotta fall forward as a running back. It's like it's an easy extra yard. So I mean, I think it's a great pick for the Raiders. That's what I want them to do.
And then Brian, also, who do you have with the Jets and then Panthers?
It's going to be an Adam Darwish pick, the offensive tackle out of Missouri.
I want you to try to say his name. I want you to.
I
want you to try to say his name. Don't you call Mama Boo either. It's not Mama Boo. It's not them. It's them.
Is it Hambuo?
I think it's better than Kumunga. It's better than what you said with that. So we'll take it as a positive. What do you got with the Panthers?
I think they're going to take the receiver out of Arizona, to Tina McMillan. Is that
girl?
Good?
I love this. This is good. So we're gonna take Tatiana at wide receiver or whatever you said. No, just kidding. Thank God these guys.
I'm not here to pronounce the names. I'm just here to make the pick.
I'm just here to look pretty and tell you the guy. No, just kidding.
Man, draft, they just
and then let's make the ESPN sound. There's going to be a trade with the Saints.
Oh, Brian,
the 40
right now. Fine. What is this? Where's Casey's boy going? Is Mr. Dart going to the Saints?
No,
got a bad shoulder.
The first trade of the draft, the Niners are going to trade up 2 picks, and they get their guy Mason Graham out of Michigan, defensive tackle.
All right. So in the mock draft, I had him. I had a Mason going number 5 to Jacksonville. So we had some slippage there, and where we have it. So they trade up for it.
Yeah, they did. It's the guy they want. They're afraid that the Saints would take him. So.
It looks like the Saints. I haven't projected they're going to take Mr. Jackson Dart, Casey's guy out of Ole Miss.
I just think they're going to go with Derek Carr for another year.
Yeah, but I heard he's even in questionable play this year. I think his shoulder, I believe it is right now. So I know there's a lot of skepticism in that.
Well, he might be out for the whole year.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And so, there's a lot of what they call Brian, a lot of heat with him trying to get closer to that. I had the Niners. The ones I saw is I had them getting Will Johnson most of the picks from the cornerback out of Michigan.
And then let's not forget about the Bears. I'm going to have them take the cornerback out of Texas, Barron
Davis. It's a good pick. I like that. No, who you got there? Well, I had him going a little earlier, Barron.
And then I have the Saints taking McKeel Williams, the edge out of Georgia.
Yeah, I'll be interested in where Will Johnson wouldn't be a bad pick. I mean, you guys do need secondary help too. No,
I think defensive tackles that would be a perfect fit. That's what we need desperately.
Yeah. So you trade up for the guy I got going number 5. You get him at the Niners get him at number 9.
That's why I said Mel Kiper, eat your heart out with these picks.
Johnson, we need fatties. That's what we need. We need the fatties. So he has you. You have him getting. What do you think, Tyler? How about Jalen Walker? He might last from Georgia. Maybe you get him. I know Tyler wants defensive tackles, so the cornerbacks won't help. But if you don't get the guy you were talking about, then you're kind of based on the mock drafts, you would be reaching a little bit for defensive tackles. If you don't end up with him, doesn't mean
that's why I said we're trading up 2 picks with the Saints, and we're grabbing Mason Graham.
I wonder if the Jaguars would hold that over them, like with the Niners in a draft scenario. Like, hey, we're gonna take the last fatty off the board here. Like, you want him or do you want him now? You have to trade up to the 5th pick. You got to give us your first this year and your second and third or whatever, like next year. So it'll be interesting to see what the Niners have to do. I think Walker or Will Johnson will be the pick.
What they really need is a quarterback.
They're having some issues, Johnson. Maybe Jackson Dart slips to the Niners. It would be such a wasted pick. That would be such a bad pick. It really would be like an awful pick for you guys. I mean,
I know you guys just like throwing the salt in our wounds, but
you do have Mac Jones as a backup quality starter. That is
it's gonna be a tough year. Enjoy these Lakers playoffs while they last.
Well, we'll still be better than the Raiders. I know that.
Even with Gentry handing that ball off, Brian, look at that. We got that with a little place.
It's not Gentry, it's Genty.
I think we're going to figure out something with Purdy, and he'll be in for training camp.
If they don't get him in, that's crazy. Something will work out.
Yeah,
you guys.
I think the biggest difference is like we want a 3-year deal with him, and his camp wants a 5-year deal. So
makes sense.
Makes sense. We get it. How about Raiders? I want you to trade up and get Carter. That's what I want with this. So that's what I want to happen. I'll get the defensive end there. Instead, they'll get. Was it?
I'm telling you, my mock draft is just get ready to get that yellow pen and go, man. 1 right, 2 right, 3.
I think we're getting Sanders Johnson. I think the Raiders. I think Sanders falls to the Raiders, to the silver and black. I think that's where he falls. So we end up with prime time in Vegas. So that's where I think we end up with him.
I definitely would laugh at you if you did that.
First round though, Thursday night. We'll see where the chips lie. I have open house that night, so I don't know if I'll be there.
Supposedly Matt's gonna have a party at his apartment. So if you want to watch the draft, you can go to Matt Lunsel's.
See, what would be like? What always the party fouls is those offensive linemen, right? Like, if we took your,
I just don't believe in Tyler's theory about he's going to run into an offensive lineman every time.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
Athleticism, man. Come on.
I thought he was a little harsh on the offensive line. I'm not saying it's fantastic, but you're right. They're not like me, where they're just going to hit me. But I mean, they have Miller. They have a few guys that can do it. But I mean, they do need a running back. It was a terrible position last year, so I don't know. I don't know. They need so much still.
Josh Jacobs.
I would rather have Sanders if he's there over the running back. That's how I would take. That's how I feel about it.
Not if you're trying to win now.
Well, are we? We're not. I mean, do you feel like?
Are you going to pull in Atlanta, Darren, and have one quarterback and then have the other one sitting behind him? Is that what you want to do?
Well, you did see Captain Kirk this year fade off quite a bit, so you never know that Gino might be in the same scenario. So I don't know. I kind of
I don't think Sanders is Penix. So
you like Penix better?
Yeah, I think he's going to be a good quarterback.
I think it's just because you hate Dion. Is it because of the double taps? The double taps and the
He shouldn't have went to the Cowboys. It was like, giving the Niners the middle finger the next year.
He got that. So 9 years on the clock. It's kind of fun when your team is at least in the early part of the draft. You'd rather not be because it means you had a better season. But
that's why I took those days off, because I don't want to I don't know when I'm going to get home. It's like I want to experience the whole draft. You got the pre-party, you got the music beforehand. It's an event. You got to immerse yourself in it.
You do have to immerse yourself in the event for sure. Mel's hair, that's another part of it. Todd. That's always great. Greg McGurk here, tuned in. Greg, hope everything's well. You're setting coach of the year. It's pretty good there at the Brewers. If I got it 5 games, and I saw a study. Tyler posted it on was X. I saw it. Diving stop by Bentley at second base. That was impressive.
Man.
Good job, coach over there. Like I said, I like the Bobby Knight clip. Never saw that one before. I agree on the 6 confidence level. All right, so we're falling around 6.
We got 3
pods
sixes.
need to be. Yep, and he agrees with the pods and Moody aspect there. So we're going to need them to excel, or just somebody I'm not thinking of. It was Peyton gets on fire, which is highly doubtful, but he might have a game here or there. But I highly doubt he'll be giving us 20 a night.
We might be able to get a few cheap ones if Quentin Post can hit some threes.
Yeah, he's always kind of a little bit of an X factor for that too. If he gets on fire.
He spends 11 points, which is that's kind of fills the void. So
that's kind of important when you have somebody like that. So Raiders, we'll stay away from the Russell-esque picks. The Robert Gallery-esque picks, the Darius Hayward Bay picks. What was it? Not Saltalabaki.
Would that be the worst pick at 6, Darren, if they took an offensive lineman?
Yes. Who was the one we took? We make fun of from Alabama. I took a couple.
Rolando McClain.
Yeah, well, he was bad too, but I'm thinking the offensive lineman they took a couple years ago in the first round. Leatherhead or like that one.
What a name!
The guy they took the other 2 years ago has been god awful. Tyler Wilson.
Conley was bad. The cornerback.
Wilson from 2 years ago.
What was the guy with the bazooka guns?
Yeah, that was him. Yeah.
And then unfortunately the receiver who's still Henry.
So they got that with it. So the NFL draft Thursday, that'll be fun. We'll talk about that Sunday on the show. MLB, KCA's, Braves. Case, we clean this up. You just want to make this clear. You never said you were Braves, correct? Or if you did say Braves, you didn't mean it. This Brian,
just get ready, Reds. He's gonna bail on you too.
Let's stay loyal, not like this shit. I'm good.
So not a Braves fan though. Can we clear that up? All right, so not a Braves.
I had to talk with Mark McGuire last night. He said,
"Whoa,
put the padlock on the gate. Yeah, I don't want Casey being a fan of our organization."
Big Mac. He said that. Big Mac said that. He didn't want it, Johnson. Brian, tell Casey you said that when you were. How old were you when you left school to go home and watch the A's? Your dad wasn't happy about that. You told me.
Like 1992. So I was 10 years old, and we were in class, and I was like, we were watching something else. I'm like, because the A's are in the ALCS, and the female teacher didn't want to switch it, and we go on break, and I just said screw it, and I walked all the way home. And
this ditch class at 10. Wow, Brian, impressive. Tony La Russa would be proud of you. Tony La
My dad got really pissed and said, "You can't bail on class for a baseball game." And my comeback was, "It's the ALCS," and that pissed him off even more.
Especially around the female teacher. I like the way you said that. Yeah, you got that. The A's did beat the Brewers last night, so they're 10-11. The Giants, they beat the Angels. Trout almost tied it up with a third home run in the 9th inning. So Trout back a little bit. Soderstrom, though, Casey, 9 home runs for the A's, actually leads Major League Baseball. He had 9 home runs all of last year, and he has that with it. Leatherhead, yes, that's who it is, Leatherhead. So you had that with it. as well. Hunter Green got rocked yesterday when I was just talking about saying he was the next back surgery. And he gets rocked, but that
It
happens.
looks like Nick Kurtz might be a soon call up. He's continues to rake it in AAA. So
well, we'll see if he gets the call up. The A's offense hasn't been too much of the issue this year, so we'll see.
I mean, why you're a young team? Why not like see what you can get from the kid?
I'm telling you, those call ups, they just don't happen. They better be a beyond stud to happen this earlier in the year. Like it usually just falls for usually contract reasons. They wait till like May or June. So, hey, real quick, here's my trivia for baseball I had from 7th inning. So, I'll see if you guys can get it. I played 14 years from 1996 to 2009, playing outfield and first base most of my career. I played for the Astros, White Sox, and the Angels, finishing my last 2 seasons with Houston. I'm assuming you guys won't be able to get it off that, but I want to throw that out. So I got that there with it. And then second was I was a 2-time All-Star and won 3 Gold Gloves as an outfielder. My best season came in 2000 when I led MLB with 240 hits and finished 8th in MVP voting. So 2000 led the American League in hits. Johnson, do you have a guess?
Who did he finish 8th in MVP? Like, what was the team that he played for? Where he? You can't give me that answer.
How about I wait for hit number 3? And then
I only have one guess right now, but I don't
say it.
Maglio Ordonez.
No, unfortunately, I highly doubt he won any Gold Gloves. That would be
That's
my
what I
guess.
was thinking. I could see him playing first, and maybe.
Speaking of Maglio, I turned on MLB Network, and guess what game they had on yesterday?
No,
Maglio, game 4, walk-off homer. Yeah, made me sick. Come on, Houston. Come on, Houston Street. Don't hang a slider. I won a World Series in 2002, Casey. So, Brian, do you know who won the World Series in 2002?
Yes, the Ab didn't pick the cones up.
Yep, the cones affected it. It was the first overall pick in the 1995 Major League. First pick overall. In
Tim Salmon.
It was not the Salmon Man. It was not. That's a good guess, though. It is the only play because he did win a Gold Glove as an infielder and outfielder. And I said he led the league. He led the league in hitting, not Garrett Anderson. You're on the right track. Come on, who played outfield for those Angels teams? Come on, boys.
Jim Edmonds.
He replaced Jim Edmonds. You're right there. Is Paul's
dad?
Yes, Johnson. Yes, there you got it. Brian got it.
Pick us up. We're getting there.
They're getting there. I got some punter for Nebraska apparently too, Brian. Back in college, that was a big part. So you had that too.
I remember him with the tobacco in his mouth all the time.
He did like that tobacco. He was a pain in the butt to go against. Remember him and Garrett? They were just a pain to pitch against.
What was the second baseman?
Adam Kennedy.
Was it Eckstein?
He had like 500 against Tim Hudson.
It was Adam Kennedy. Adam Kennedy. Eckstein was the shortstop. Yeah, no, there were big issues with that team plenty of times.
Didn't Kennedy end up with the A's at some point?
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody does at some point.
Everybody ends up with the A's at some point. That is true.
If your career's fading, we'll take you for cheap.
Were you guys disappointed in WrestleMania at all yesterday, or did you like Uso winning over Gunter, and did you like the final with Heyman? A shot to the balls. Did you like? Was that unnecessary, or another shot to the balls to Roman? What did you guys like the ending on that, or no? Case?
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. It was entertaining.
They can't have Seth Rollins lose every time. I feel like he was always the big loser all these matches. So
no, I was telling Brian, I think I'm 3 for 3 on my WWF picks. I should gamble on this.
You should have brought the doll they got you and just shown it off on the podcast right now.
Man. But no, I liked it, man, with Tiffany Stratton, Charlotte Flair. It was kind of cool ending with their beef. Jey Uso, obviously, I think it was time. You know, he's just been so liked by the crowd. I think it's like it was bound to happen. Gunther's been the champ for a while too, so it's about time they strip that off. And
I can't believe Tiffany lost a tooth in that match.
A beautiful smile. Yeah. Well, I like Jesse, our guy at that other sports. I think it's Jesse, the one that says it, because Jay's the one that kind of laughs about it. Is He because he has a problem with Jimmy Uso or Jey Uso because he doesn't. It looks like he needs more upper body strength. That part always corrects me.
That reminds me of the guy from the New Day.
Oh yeah. There was a lot of twists and turns in that final match, though. Like like a lot of. I mean, it was good. That was a good match at the end. Like there the Paul Heyman ending.
Like the prediction I made. There's going to be a faction. Like Becky Lynch is going to come back, and they're gonna have some faction with Paul Heyman in it.
How many old wrestlers come back today? Or was it going to be like last year where it was like The Undertaker? No, Cena. No. I felt like it was like last year.
I definitely think The Rock and Becky Lynch are coming back today.
All right, so you got The Rock there. I was asking Xavier. I said, "Well, name the first." Like, just try to think where his brain is compared to us. Like, where you think of wrestlers. I was like, name the first guys that come to your mind right away. Like, just any wrestler. It doesn't have to be like the best. Just name who comes. So he said Rollins, Reigns, CM Punk, Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Uso, Gunter, Cena, Rock, Brock Lesnar. Is it Salsa Sakura? Is it what?
Yes.
Solo
Sakura. Is there a Jacob Fontu? Is there a Jacob?
Yeah.
Those are the guys. He says Roman though is his favorite, so he's still a Roman Reigns fan. So
that's how young he is. You didn't say Hulk Hogan or Ultimate Warrior.
No, he did not say steroids. Did not say steroids for that one. Or Ric Flair. What hair? We did what? Yeah. He didn't go Ric Flair at that too.
Or Trips.
So today you have the main event. Just real quick, pick Cody or Cena.
I'm gonna say Cena. Just the way WrestleMania has been going, I think they take the title off of him and have a Cena like heel run with the title.
Okay, same thing. Or
I have a feeling it's gonna be like a Montreal Screwdriver. I feel like Cena's gonna win something. I don't know. It's gonna be like if someone's not looking, chair shot. I don't know. So I got Cena winning.
All right. So that's our.
I actually think Seth Rollins like interferes in the match and costs Cody Rhodes the belt or something.
Cody.
Man, I just love when we had our little barbecue yesterday with family, and Darren's son Xavier, the one he was talking about the list. I go, "What's up?" And he goes, "My name is Paul Heyman."
I know he says that all the time with it. What do you guys got for winners, losers this week? What do you got for losers, Brian?
I got Casey's psyche right now. He doesn't know who to pick for his baseball team, and his arguments about the A's are stale right now.
Especially if you're talking to Big Mac on the phone. Then we got some stuff going on. We got issues with it. Chase, what do you got for loser of the week?
I would just say the Lakers' effort last night. I was looking forward to a lot better game. Just they look soft, they look slow, look like they're playing bud. Hopefully, they can turn around and just make it a good series. But yeah, last night was not a very good game.
They got off to a decent start too, and then that second quarter came, and they just got absolutely just railed off the court. I got UCLA signing the Tennessee quarterback there that we had last week that left.
Except he took less money, so he doesn't look like what are you doing, man?
Sacramento Kings, they lose in that play into Dallas. They got rid of Fox, all that. They get rid of their GM. They're just a loser franchise as well. Dallas Mavericks, they beat the Kings, but they're still bad. They lose to Memphis. They're not in the playoffs. So they were the 4 or 5 seed, and then they made that trade, and now they're completely out of the playoffs. So they lose that. Those are my losers of the week.
Poor White Sox.
I know Andrew Vaughn's struggling too right now. He's not. He's got a couple home runs. He did hit one off the A's earlier this week, but he's struggling. Torkelson's actually doing pretty good for the Tigers right now. What do you have for winner of the week, Brian?
For winner of the week, I got the New York Knicks. That was a big win over the Pistons, and I'm sure the NBA would love to see you in the Eastern Conference Finals.
I think they would love to see that in the Eastern Conference Finals. They do definitely don't want the Pistons in there probably for ratings. All right, what do you got, Case, for winner of the week?
I just got the sports weekend, man. Just games all day. It's just it's nice if you love sports, man. It's just man. And like I said, I just kind of disappointed in a couple of the games. So today's not the sexiest lineups, but hopefully it'll be some at least entertaining good games.
Miami, Cleveland doesn't get you going. That doesn't get you.
That's probably one of the better games.
Get you. We got Boston, Orlando. That doesn't get you going a little bit. Cole
Orlando
Anthony.
can't score. They just can't score.
All right, I got a few here. Papa's Wings.
Oh yeah, that's my other winner of the week. The Cleveland coach got head coach by the peers. So,
what head coach for what? Say this again.
The head coach of the year. It was voted on by his peers.
Oh, I got you. The JP Bickerstaff was the winner there. JB. All right, so I got winner of the week. Grace. All of a sudden now she likes buffalo wings. I don't know where this has come from. So Grace is urged for buffalo wings. Bone in. We're not doing dino nuggets anymore.
And
So she's manned up a little bit.
They got them at Papa's Pizza. I was like,
yeah, well, she made. We went there last night too to get some. So I was impressed with that ability. So I got that. It was fun hanging out with Dad's family yesterday as well. Doing that. Cubs D-backs played a crazy 8th inning this week where the Cubs were up, I think 3-1. No, 1-0, I want to say. And then the Diamondbacks scored 10 runs in the 8th inning to go up 11-7 was the score. And then the Cubs come back and score 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th inning. So a total of 16 runs scored in the 8th inning. Just like one of those crazy baseball games like you hear about. Soderstrom, like I said, as well, 9 home runs. And then
I'll make that Sody for MVP sign for Adam.
Sody for MVP. I like it. And then we have we got to throw it out the Sharks there. He was always a big part. Logan Couture. He's kind of the Sharks guy. This is just a small little taste of what they did to put a little video thing for him, as he called it, a career.
Back live at the Shark Tank, they are honoring Sharks captain Logan Couture, who yesterday announced the end of his playing career due to injury, and a standing ovation, and appropriately so, for the 36-year-old Couture. 15 years as Shark. He served as captain since 2019, and he will leave the game with many great accomplishments. Joe Thornton on hand, and I can't think of a more deserving moment for Logan than this, Drew.
So kind of cool to see him get honored there. Sharks do that well. Logan Couture definitely part of those Sharks runs. I think he's the last Shark to score in a finals game. They ended up losing, but I think he's the last guy to score with it. So great player. I don't know. I don't know if he might have his number in the rafters someday. We'll see where he.
15 years.
Have you guys ever been to a Sharks game? I've been to a couple.
Yeah, I've been to a couple. I actually randomly went to one, and remember Danny Heatley? Or I think it was his name. We got a hat trick, believe it or not. The hats went flying, Johnson.
They had these these alcoholic slushy drinks called Sharkies. They're really good, but they'd mess you up, man.
The Sharkies, they kill you. That's what Sharks do, Brian. They kill you. The Sharkies kill you. You don't want to mess with the Sharkies. I think we're going to talk for a little bit though next week. I think Pilato might come on to kind of talk a little bit of the NFL draft. Jimmy, so maybe get him on from Colorado. Maybe see if Sanders a Raider, get his thoughts on that a little too. I kind of want to pick his brain a little bit on the NHL playoffs starting, just some stuff there. I know he's a big hockey guy. I know he definitely wants to talk to you guys a little bit about WrestleMania as well. He's a big WrestleMania guy. So hopefully Tyler will be back next week. We'll have Jimmy on and kind of talk a few things there with them as well. But yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun to kind of get him on hopefully next week if it works out and kind of hit some of those things. As I know he likes to talk WrestleMania. He's at WrestleMania right now, so that's pretty cool that he went. So yeah, so we'll do that. That was a good show though, Tyler. Hopefully you'll be able to come back next week. Hope everybody has a good Easter out there as well. Adam, if that was Adam Darwish, first of all, let's give him a round of applause for reading up this. That's the.
I'm gonna give him a hard time. You're a Lakers fan now.
I'm gonna give with that. If that was Darwish, Lutz will chime in on the text line as well. McGurk there, go Dubs. Yes, and we all determined based on Greg McGurk as well. Confidence meter is 6. 8 for Casey. This is not Chuck Norris where it would be a 10, but we do have an 8 there with it. No leatherheads. We don't want leatherheads on this week.
And I let people at my work know about our podcast. They really love it, so we might be getting more subscribers.
That's what we want. We want to get more. Hopefully, it's not the guys that give you the middle finger that subscribe. We don't want that. We want the guy. We want the positive ones along the way.
That guy didn't work with me. I just served him legal documents.
Okay, good. It should be like, check out the podcast, buddy. Boop, get out of there. Throw it at him. So, all right. Well, good show, guys. I might be jumping on tonight if anybody wants to join me for after the Warriors Rockets game, just kind of chat about that. We'll see what the game is.
It's either infamy, the Warriors are a juggernaut, or if they lose, we're done.
Brian, if they lose, where do you think my meter goes down to? How low
It'll be to a 2.
You'll go from a 6 to a 2 right there if the meter cuts. So now I appreciate everybody tuning in with it. We're about at the hour mark here on Fatboy FadeAway, episode 221. Brian, the main man Johnson, Casey Breyer, I'm Darren Breyer. Have a good week. We'll see you guys next Sunday.
Peace.
Happy